So in today's list, I am going to list down my favorite statues in my collection. The list does not mainly focus on the sculpt, the paint, or the presence of the statue, but it simply is a list of my favorite statue. So that means I love looking at the statue and I don't get bored looking at them. And I always think to myself, wow, I can't believe that I own this particular statue. So without further ado, let's start. So at number 10 is we have one of my new additions in my collection. You could check out the video of this guy here. I'm just quite amazed how cheap this SEPHIROTH statue is, how good the sculpt is actually too, although the engineering was a bit complicated. And it uses glass eyes and it even has a metal sword or the weapon. Plus, it's my favorite villain from my favorite game. So I really love looking at this statue a lot. At number 9 is we have another new addition to my collection, and we have this fallen silver surfer, and it's from my favorite studio. You can check out the video of this guy here. This surfer is actually has a silver version or chrome version available, and I do have also the chrome version, but as of now of recording, I don't have the video of that recorded yet, but if the time I uploaded this I do have the video already, I will be linking that video to this video. Anyway, all I can say is I like this statue more than I expected. The base is actually really well done. I love the colors except for the white rocks, the space rocks, and I thought having a black surfer would suck a bit because you might not see the details as the paint is quite shiny and it will reflect a lot of the stuff surrounding him, but it's actually still very visible up close, maybe not so when from a distance. But I really love the statue and I'm really glad that I got both versions. Number 8 is an oldie, and we have this X-Force Wolverine by Franco Carlissimo. You can check out my review video here. Because of this statue, I've realized how good Franco can be. Although he has a lot of misses recently, in my opinion, but this statue definitely did not disappoint. Great sculpt, lots of textures, and small intricate details you wouldn't expect actually. I think too bad Franco is monopolized by one studio, and I think they are limiting Franco's skill. But this old statue by Franco is probably one of the best he did, in my opinion. Might not be too popular due to the very high edition size of this statue, which is actually 117. At number 7 is we have a licensed statue from XM, and we have the version 2 of Thanos. I only got the solo version for this one. You can check out my video here. Love the color they use on this guy, although XM made him really modern and even the wrong scale. I still love the statue, and I know I am biased because I do love Thanos a lot. But if you want a licensed Thanos statue, you won't go wrong with this one or Sideshow's Thanos on Throne. At number 6 is we have this Doctor Doom on Throne by RCB. This is actually sculpted by Caleb Nevson. I never made a video about this actually, simply because I had a cheapo camera back then. It had a 10 minutes recording limit and it was really bothersome to record the statue as it came in a lot of pieces and it was actually quite hard to assemble. And on top of that, it came with a lot of breaks and some stuff doesn't fit. So I decided not to upload that video, but I do have some recordings still. Anyway, the only good thing about this statue is that I got it below retail at just $900 US. I never even bothered fixing the statue as those problems that I mentioned are actually not visible almost at all. At number 5 is we have another licensed statue, and it's from Queen Studios. We have their quarter scale Hulkbuster. You can check out the video I did for this guy here. I really love looking at this statue as it is very massive. It kind of feels out of scale sometimes, but you know, I could be wrong. But I guess my love for Iron Man is just that much. But I'm actually really disappointed by Queen Studios that they decided to make a life-size version of this Hulkbuster with the exact same sculpt. I think they just removed some parts on the base, but it's technically the same one. It actually made this quarter scale version of Hulkbuster look cheap, now that there's a more superior one, which is the life-size version. 4 is we have this repainted custom Silver Surfer. You can check out my review here. Obviously, the paint made this statue pop a lot, hence why I love looking at it. And I do believe that good paint can save bad sculpt. Not that the sculpt is bad, but the original paint on this one is bad in my opinion. Glad I was able to repaint him into this one, and here he is now on the list. The only problem is now is that the paint is supposed to be alclad silver, and I missed a few coats, so he kind of looks like color black now. But that's not the painter's fault, that's actually my fault. At number 3 is we have my personal grail, and it's just here at number 3. And it's a licensed statue from Sideshow. And we have the Thanos on Throne maquette. You can check my video of this guy here. So like I said, this is my personal grail. I do love Thanos, and I believe this one is the best Thanos around, custom or licensed. I was never in a hurry to get this one, as I know the edition size is quite high, very high. I think there's around 7,500 pieces of this, and it would be very easy to hunt him. You just need the right price. So I got only the regular version of him at around $1,250 shipped. So it was very hard to say no, since the price is actually very cheap and it's shipped already. At number 2 is we have another XM statue, and we have this ULTRON. You can check out my video of this guy here. All I can say is I didn't expect to enjoy looking at this guy more than I did. There's just a lot of details to this guy to look at, which I enjoyed, and I do enjoy those mechanical stuff that XM added to him. Maybe I would enjoy collecting Transformer pieces in the future, although they're actually a bit more or a lot more expensive than the usual quarter scales. Anyway, this guy is the centerpiece of my Avengers collection, as I do collect Avengers on Ultron related bases, and I'm really happy I got him, even though it felt really expensive when I pre-ordered him back then, because this guy is actually $999 US. And during that time, XM statues are usually around $700 to $800 US, although they're a lot more expensive nowadays. And finally, at number 1 is we have this old King Thor custom statue. You can check out the video here. This is not actually a sold out statue. You can still even purchase him today. It's not even a hype statue nor a character everybody wants to have. But the paint on this guy by the factory is just really nice to look at. Usually armors are just painted with a dull gray, dark gray, or gunmetal, or a color that is similar hue. But this has so much color on his armor when hit by light or by looking at it up close. Plus the sugar-like snow dust they added to that base definitely elevated the realism of the statue. I really hate snow bases that are just painted with white. They look very fake, no matter what they do with the whites. Though this is actually mixed media, but I don't mind at all, even though I don't like mixed media, because like I said, it definitely elevated the statue. If only the weapons were made out of real metal, the statue would have been perfect to me. Anyway, that's the end of the list. I know this is probably not the type of list or statues you have expected coming from me. Plus, you know, this hobby is actually very subjective. Anyway, please let me know in the comments down below your top 10 statues that you love in your collection. So that's it for me. Like and subscribe. This is Carl, and see you in the next one.